Okay. How's everyone feeling today? Weather is a little crappy today again, so hate to be in here indoors, but there's not much I can do about it. Yesterday was kind of nice, but and today was maybe nice for a little bit, like maybe half the day, and now it's looking like we're gonna get a lot of rain. But anyway, so I hope you're ready for this. I'm sure you've heard it all before, but stop comparing yourself to others. Yeah, you heard that right. Stop comparing yourself to others. You see, the thing is, we're all unique in our own way. So there should be absolutely no reason for anyone to draw comparisons between them and anyone else. Doesn't matter who, doesn't matter how. You gain nothing from doing something like that. And that's the truth. You're perfectly fine the way you are. So just be yourself. Embody your own authenticity. Embody your uniqueness. Live it. Feel it. That's one of the most beautiful aspects of life. And in the beginning, perhaps, for some of you, not all, it may not feel like the most comfortable thing to do. But once you understand the joy, the happiness, and this permanent state of well being that it brings along the way by just doing that, that's when the magic begins. Yeah, and it's really magical. The thing is, you have you have your own thing. You have your own thing. That's what makes you you. So why are you even wasting your time trying to compare yourself to other people? There's probably, you know, thousands of people out there doing the same thing that I'm doing right now. And you know why that doesn't bother me one bit? Because I do it my way and they do it their way. And that's okay. Do you see how simple this is? Because the biggest problem about people who have this like bad tendency of comparing themselves to others is that the minute you start doing that, you're already doubting yourself. Don't you see what that's all about? Like, what are you doing? Stop it. You don't have to do that. I'm going to say that again. You are you, and that's what makes you special. We all have our own energetic signature. We all have our own way of doing things, however that may be. So, as long as you find your way of doing things and you feel good about it, you feel comfortable doing it, then you're fine. It's absolutely fine. It's not it's really there is no mystery to it at all. Once you start to understand how simple things can be, and you start to live in this simply awareness type of state of being, just simply be yourself. It sounds so simple because it is. It may take a little bit for some of you to get used to it, but that's the thing. Just do it. For some of us, sometimes it takes a long time to realize these things. So I'm doing you a solid here, and I'm telling you, yeah, go ahead, do that. You'll be thanking yourself. When we live our lives by being true to who we are, that's when everything starts feeling right. That's when all those things, that we used to think about, something feels out of place, something feels out of place, something doesn't feel right, something feels like I'm missing something. Yeah, this thing that this feeling that everybody feels at some point in their lives about it feels like you're missing something. That is the thing that you've been missing all along. It's being yourself. Just be yourself. That's all you have to do. Understand that on a deep level. Connect with yourself in that way. And you're gonna feel so good about it. And once you do that enough, you're never gonna be able to go back to live your life the way you did before. That's the greatest part about it. That is the greatest part about it. And then there's going to be people around you that might be thinking, what the hell happened to you? There's going to be those that are going to be like scratching their heads. There's going to be those that they're going to think you're faking it all. And you know what's the greatest part? What's the most beautiful thing about this whole thing is that let them think whatever the hell they want to think. Because none of that stuff changes who you are and how you feel about yourself. being in alignment is the most divine thing that can happen to a human being. And yeah, we all have flaws. No one is perfect. But that's the thing about life. It's not meant to be perfect. It's meant to teach you, to enlighten you, to make you a better person in every aspect along the way. And as long as people keep living these older versions of themselves that they just don't want to let go of for whatever reason, mostly fear, obviously, but there's going to be a plethora of reasons why. But people who cling to this part of themselves that feels like the comfort zone, nothing is going to change for them. Because that's where you keep repeating the same mistakes. And that's where life is going to keep showing you. You haven't learned yet. Are you ready to learn? Oh no? Okay, here goes another one for you. How do you like this one now? This is how it works. It's very straightforward. Easy to understand. So many teachers have come to this world to teach us all these things, and they all had their own way of talking about these things, teaching us these things. They've done so much. And yet, so many of us, had failed to understand what were they trying to teach us, what were they trying to tell us. You have to learn how to truly love yourself. And I mean that. I really mean that, guys. Love yourself. One of the things I do every day after I get up and, tell myself certain things, do certain affirmations. Doesn't matter what they are. This is all personal stuff. We're all gonna have our own thing. So do whatever feels like you. But I always make a point to look at myself in a mirror, just like this, and I always tell myself, you have no idea how much I love you. Or perhaps you do, but I'm still gonna say it anyway. And I always do that with a big smile on my face because that's exactly the way I feel about myself right now. And when you learn how to be that way with yourself all the time, not here or there, all the time, that's when this like shift truly begins to unravel in the most amazing ways. It's absolutely going to be different for everyone because we all have our own things to go through, right? We all been to a bunch of different things. Only you know what that is, only I know what that was for me. But, and things will still happen because they always do. But once you're in this state of being, you understand how to deal with these things. You understand how to move through it in a healthy way, in a way that's like, okay, I'm walking down this path, there's a couple rocks in here, so I just go to the side and I keep on going. It's really that easy, guys. It's like it's not that hard. And if anybody out there seeing this thinks otherwise, you haven't really looked deep down within yourself to have a real understanding of what I'm trying to say here. That's what you really have to do. One of the greatest things about being alone with yourself is that stuff starts to happen in this way that you start to understand. Once you learn how to live with yourself long enough to learn all of this, that's when everything starts to click. And then when you finally feel like you have grown enough and you've evolved to the point where you can start opening doors again, then so many doors are going to start opening at the same time that at times you're going to be like, whoa, whoa, whoa. That's exactly how it works. So yeah, stop comparing yourself to others and just be yourself. That's all you have to do. Everything else will just fall into alignment once you do that. Life is a great thing. It really is. And I mean it. Yeah, I don't have much more else to say today. For now, anyway. This is really all I had to say. Just be yourself, guys. You will thank yourselves later, or maybe sooner than you think. Yeah, that's all I gotta say for now. And with that, I love you all, and I bid you farewell until the next one.